Previously, on And You Thought It Was Safe. In spite of everything, Pete, you're still one of us. Good job, buddy. Now don't fuck it up, or we'll all turn on you. Well, I'm back. And I optimistically, foolishly, and naively hoped we'd walk into some kind of Two Towers situation here with the Desolation of Smaug, whereby the second film in a trilogy is both the strongest from a narrative point of view and the one with the least amount of hope for the future. It's a potent combination. Chicken soup for the cynical soul, and the reason why most people call Empire Strikes Back their favorite Star Wars movie. But a horrible thought occurred to me as I walked out of The Hobbit 2. This isn't Empire, or Two Towers. This is... Sparta! No, Leonidas, this is much worse. This is The Matrix Reloaded.
No. It's not true. That's impossible!
Search your feelings, you know it to be true.
No!
I say that because Desolation isn't even a whole movie. It's half a movie with a big fat to be continued tacked on the end. It's also the middle 6 chapters of a book that only has 19. Well, 18 and a half, really. The last one isn't all that long, as you can imagine. And by now it's obvious why Guillermo del Toro wanted to keep this down to 2 movies, back before he climbed inside his own wine barrel and escaped down the river to make Pacific Rim. Jackson, left holding the bag with the $sign on it Warner Brothers and New Line Cinema want filled up at least once per year, struggled so hard to fill out this non-existent middle part of a should-not-exist trilogy, he had to create whole new characters, and invent extra textual stuff for the ones he has to go and do. I warned you, Jackson. God damn it, you're slipping.
I see your mind. You will take the ring to Sauron! You will betray us! Curse you! Curse you! And all the halflings!
I spent 2005 through 12 defending your ass when everyone else around me thought you'd crawled up it. Into some kind of wasp's nest made from all the money we gave you in 2001 through 4. And when I say I see your mind, I mean that literally. I was sitting there thinking, you know, this would be a perfect place for a to be continued. And bam! Smash cut to black as generic English acoustapop starts up. You, Peter Meet the Feebles, Dead Alive Frighteners Jackson, you, of all people, are starting to get predictable. And the worst part is you seem to think we're predictable too. And you're probably right. I've seen elf-happy Tolkien fans write long, ponderous essays about Peter Jackson's supposed vendetta against the First Race, and that's probably why he created Turiel. He even brought back actual Legolas for those of us lucky enough to have girlfriends. Unless they preferred their beefcake flavored with that hint of wood smoke and dirt that Aragorn always gave off. In which case, they're still stuck with Thorin. And they're gonna get a nasty surprise somewhere in the middle of movie 3. Probably why Jackson and company pushed Keeley into the forefront this time. Aidan Turner gives off a similar brand of perma-stubbled energy, and he's one of the few dwarfs without a prosthetic nose. Must be why he appeals to Turiel. Or maybe he's just lucky he got his ass rescued by the one non-racist elf in Mirkwood. I'd suspect the captain of the King's Guard to be a little more xenophobic than the average. But then again, I'd also expect her not to abandon her post. But then again, at least she and Legolas have a debate about that last point on screen. It's a moment. For her character. And Iluvatar knows there sure as hell aren't enough of those to go around. For anyone. And that's the desperation of Smaug's whole problem. There were too many damn characters to start with here. Most of the mains are already underdeveloped, and instead of fixing that, Jackson threw open the doors and started inviting new people to the party. Right in the middle of things, too. When everyone's development has to make room for the 15-minute action set pieces that eat up most of our time. Turning what was a simple, focused story into a needlessly elaborate action movie that just happens to be set in Middle-earth. Oh, but now we get to see where Gandalf went to after Tolkien realized he'd made a walking Deus Ex Machina instead of a wizard, and had him walk off into stories Tolkien wrote but never published. I guess that made someone's Christmas. Joy to the world. Joy to all 9 fucking worlds. At least this movie shows Thor the Dark World how to make a big black swirly amorphous ball of evil into a credible ultimate antagonist. That said, I'm pretty sure I liked Thor 2 a bit more. Damn it. That makes me sad to say. You could say And a still small voice in my heart is trying desperately to say, "Fuck off, you elitist hack." At least Jackson's trying. Half the characters in Tolkien's book were one-line throwaway plot devices, but here, at last we get to meet them, and spend time with them, and their annoying kids, and their shitty neighbors, and the corrupt politician who became HNIC around Lake Town after the dragon killed Bard's dad. All true, and more Stephen Fry can only be a good thing. But the list of good things is comparatively short, since they're the same good things we saw in Jackson's 4 other Middle-earth films. The production design is top shelf. There's nothing wrong with Weta Workshop's work, and the green screen only announces itself when the virtual camera does something really crazy. All the landscapes, whether real or virtual, are beautiful. Even when we're in the middle of Mirkwood, or Middle-earth's equivalent of a shantytown. The entire theater bunched up when the giant spiders appeared, and that was a flat-out wonderful feeling. It's better paced, now that almost all of the exposition's out of the way, and for a 2.5-hour movie it felt more like 90 minutes. Which is probably how long it would be if you cut out even half of Jackson's embellishments. Still, the returning cast returns in full force. They aren't the problem. Neither is Evangeline Lilly. I mean, hell, she makes an okay elf. I just wish she had more to do. The same thing I wish for everyone. Benedict Cumberbatch is no Richard Boone, but then again, who is? They copy-pasted all of Smaug's best lines into the script, and the new ones don't sound out of place. Unlike the extended chase scene through the Lonely Mountain that's just here so we can have some manner of false climax. If you were really hankering to see another mindless action movie this year, well, Peter Jackson's here to serve you. About half of what you want. But don't worry, you can get the next half next year. Same Hobbit time, same Hobbit channel. That's the takeaway all of the paid critics want you to, well, take away. It's better than the first film because there's more action and a hot chick with a bow and arrow. All of you proles like that, don't you?
No, that is incidental.
As a technical achievement, it's undoubtedly awesome. But as a movie, it's... how they put it in Rankin Bass' Return of the King.
It's no worse than I expected.
Yeah, that's about right. So you've escaped my fanboy rage this time, Peter. But, and I'm sure you'd love this, it was a nail-bitingly narrow escape, filled with bits of comic relief that became more odious as they went on. As a fan, I left feeling serviced, but I also left feeling vaguely icky about it. Like I'd been serviced in one of my nation's less well-kept gas station bathrooms. One more chance, Pete. That's all you get. I'll see you next year, and your Battle of the 5 Armies better damn well be worth it.
What did you find?
My courage.
Good. You'll need it.